Hello. Hi. It's Cheryl and Sprinkles. I'm going to move over here a little bit. Uh, hello, Lauren. Hi. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't want to overlap your stream too much, but I was having a bad day and I was looking at my old video footage and I thought to myself, puppets might help my bad day. So here we are. And I found a copy of Julius Caesar in my husband's bookshelf. Here, look at me, put my hand over the cover there. So, so hi. I think it's just me and Lauren. Oh, hello, BP Phantom. Hey, hey, hey. How are you? So Lauren, I've been playing around with this, and I'm still trying to find Sprinkle's voice a little bit. We're getting there. Yeah, she's occasionally judgmental, which is very exciting. But there wasn't a lot for her to be judgmental about in the sonnets we read last time because they were pretty straightforward and lovey-dovey. Lots more room to be judgmental in Merchant of Venice because it turns out it's like really weirdly kind of racist and anti-Semitic in places. So, hi. So I played a little bit with the streaming settings again, and I've got the video on monitor in the background. Seems like things are going okay so far, but let me know if things are stupid and choppy so I can learn from it. That's true, Lauren. That play is not the best.
Yeah, I wish we could strike it from the canon. It's a shame. No wonder kids in high schools don't like Shakespeare when they gotta read stuff like that. What if we remade that play?
Oh, no, that's too much work. We're just going to read the existing plays that we have, okay? Hi, Proton Talk. Hello, Kurizar. Thank you for joining me for a surprise random stream. Yes, Lauren, prefer it to Taming of the Shrew, and then I had to watch my husband be in Taming of the Shrew and like oppress a lady for 2 hours. Like, good job, honey. One thing I just noticed that one of the reasons this feels awkward is she's on the wrong hand. She's on the left hand, and that's like why that. Hi, Erna! Yay! So the other thing we'll see today is if we get any more trolls because we got several trolls last time, which was exciting and fun because we had a conversation with my mom who was in the chat afterwards. She was like, "That was intense."
We know that wasn't really intense, was it? No.
Hello, Dracul. Hello. Yay! So yes, we'll see. And you know what, Lauren? I'm just gonna go ahead and yeah, I'm just going to I knight thee, Lauren. If I type Lauren though, that's not an actual person in the chat, so I'll do that. Knighted. Just one or two, just some interesting when your mother and father are watching because they're super supportive of the Twitch thing, and they just hopped in on the stream. All the sorts.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Did I tweet? Yes, Alicus, I did tweet, but please feel free to good swords all around. Yeah. Hi. So I'm gonna start entertaining by picking a random thing. Okay. First of all, we need to talk about this book because this is Julius Shakespeare, Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare. We're off to a great start, but the introduction ends here. That's a lot. That's just a lot. Like, Shakespeare scholars, come on now. Come on. Seriously. That just, it's inappropriate. There's just too much. There's too much there. Okay. Well, here's one from Cassius. We're gonna just dive right into it, and I'm gonna work on my puppetry. So with on-camera puppetry, one of the interesting things is when you move the puppet in one direction, it goes in the opposite direction on the camera feed you're looking at. So part of this practice is getting the reverse stuff figured out. It makes a little less difference when you are on camera yourself, but when it's like this third, it's another creature, the brain doesn't work as well extending things. And if you hear cheeps, it's the 6 or 7 baby goldfinches that we have now outside. I'm really excited about them, but they're really noisy. La la la. Hi, uglier Pepper. Well, hello there. Yay! All right, let's get going. This is Cassius from Julius Caesar, and this is Sprinkles practicing her dramatic interpretation of Shakespeare texts I've never actually read. Yay!
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be as live to be. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. It's spelled L-I-E-F. And then he uses L-I-E-F and life in the same sentence.
That's just... Keep going.
Okay, we're going to keep going.
I had as lief not be as live to be. In awe of such a thing as myself, as in awe of such a thing as I myself. I was born free as Caesar. So were you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For once upon a gray and rusty day, page turn, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores. Chafing sucks.
I know, yeah, runners. Chafing straight up sucks.
The troubled Tiber chafing with her shores. Caesar said to me, Durst thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood? I think the flood's over there. Into this angry flood and swim into yonder point? Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. And so indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside, and stemming it with hearts of controversy. So is this it? Did they talk the water to death? I thought this was a real river.
I don't know. You know as well as I do. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. We're not almost done, but we can. I have faith. We're just gonna keep. We're gonna continue singing through the torrent.
The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive the point proposed, Caesar cried, Help me, Cassius, or I sink! I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder... Oh, hell, this is just... What?
Just keep going. We don't have to pronounce all the words right now.
All right. I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Aeneas bear. So from the waves of Tiber did I the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god. And Cassius is a wretched creature. Look at me. And must bend his body if Caesar carelessly but gnawed on him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips did from their color fly, and that same eye, whose bend doth all the world, did lose his luster. I did hear him groan. Ay, and that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him, and write his speeches in their books. Alas, it cried, give me some drink, Titinius. What kind of a name is Titinius? Alas, it cried. Give me some drink, Titinius, as a sick girl. Ye gods, it doth amaze me a man of such feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world, and bear the palm alone. See.
Yay! Well, Cassius is pissed. That much I got out of that thing. Welcome everybody who joined us. My labels aren't updating. I don't know how to fix that. I've got Twitch alerts open, or maybe I don't. Doesn't look like it's still open. That's probably the problem. There's your problem. So welcome everybody. If you just joined us, I am Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite, and one of the things I like is puppets. And I've been playing around because there was that Twitch talent show. I was like, sure, we'll play around. And I will practice my puppetry skills by reading Shakespeare. So, yes, now all of our labels are fixed in. Note to self, don't open the Twitch alerts thing and then close it again. Just not really a good situation there. So it sounds like maybe folks enjoyed that. So that's good. Welcome new followers. Thank you for joining. So as if we've been reading from Julius Caesar, and the context is I'm actually not very well educated when it comes to Shakespeare, despite being married to a Shakespearean actor. And most of the books on his shelf I've never seen or read, and so Julius Caesar is one of them. PWJB, guess who caught a Pikachu today? Well done. They are crafty critters. The stream is getting a little choppy for a second. Let's hope that it fixes itself. How is the stream? Hello, Fractali. Hello, crit everybody. Yay! Happy party in the chat. Let me know if how the stream is performing, because I'm still in a learning process. I bumped the bitrate down a bit and the audio quality down a little bit, but still learning. So your feedback is important to our growth. Yes. But as I was saying, I've never really. I think I might have read this once at some point recreationally, but it's been a really long time. And I do, of course, know that there's like history bits in here, and it's based on things that actually happened. So don't worry about me getting spoiled or nothing on that. But that was actually a pretty good monologue. I'm gonna mark that, because if I do decide to do a separate recording for Twitch, I think that that worked pretty well for Sprinkles. She had fun with that one. There was some physicality in there. She enjoyed telling the story of this river. Oh, there's more. There's more. He's just not. Cassius is just not a happy guy. I'm sorry, Lauren. I'm a terrible person. Spoilers. In a show, Lauren, and so Random Tuesday is Lauren, by the way, and in a show we did together, there were two cast members who were. They were like, they feel like spoiling people is somehow their moral imperative, which is the opposite of what you normally get. So we were at high risk of spoilers of general things for a while. It's a miracle we survived with any secret knowledge at all. Recreational Shakespeare is a gateway to harder forms of literature. Yeah, like Ulysses or something like that. Kids, you be careful out there. There is some weird literature. The audio is slightly unsynced, a few tenths of a second lately. Well, that's maybe. So that's unfortunate. If anyone has any ideas for fixing that in the short term, let me know. I don't want to restart, but maybe there's something I can do. Audio bitrate for streaming service. I don't know. I'll go look at some more trivia-nesses later for fixing our sync problems, but it's good. That's the kind of feedback I wanted. We haven't quite figured things out yet, so that's more learning for me to do. Like with puppets, it's just like it's less of a problem. What are your opinions on that other streaming service that I heard about, Beam or something? If you have opinions on them, I'm curious. It's obviously not for this kind of stuff, but that was the news in the streaming world today. I'm curious if any of you guys even use that. I like the idea of the interactivity, but there's a lot of folks here on Twitch, and so I'm just curious. So while we queue up some of that discussion, let's do hello, Corpenflager. Hello. Good morning, afternoon, and evening. I guess I can say good morning to you. Good morning. Hi. Good morning. Yeah, that's good. So we're reading some Julius Caesar, and I'm gonna pop back into it. We've established the stream there's a slight desync, but not too bad. And I'm also curious whether like the recording mic is not in the same place as the camera. So that's another thing I was wondering about. I could move the recording mic closer to the camera. Maybe the sync is not going to be as much of an issue. This is all very unorthodox right now. This is editing on the fly. I will just move this back, this forward. I'll ruin everything, and it'll be great. Yeah, everything. Da, 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 da. Sure, we'll see if it's slightly less distinct. Sound volume sounds great. Yay! It's funny now that my husband's out and on rehearsals. I feel less weird projecting. All right, let's do some more. I'm just gonna pop right back in because Cassius, as it turns out in this first scene, he's got a lot on his mind, and so he lets Brutus get 2 lines in. Says, there's yelling off stage. I think that Caesar's on stage somewhere else. I'm really great at this. And Brutus, all he gets to say is, I do believe that these, I'll deliver these lines to Sprinkles. We'll be in a scene together. And then Sprinkles will play Cassius and continue on her rant as things continue. So I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar.
Why, man, he doth describe the narrow world like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about at to find ourselves dishonorable graves. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar, what should be in that Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Huh? Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Sound them. It doth become the mouth as well. Brutus Caesar. Weigh them. It is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now in the names of all the gods at once. Upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed, that he is grown so great? Age, thou art shamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When went there by an age since the great flood? But it was famed with more than with just... Taking that line again. But it was famed with more than just one man. When could they say till now that talked of Rome, that her wide walks encompass but one man? Now it is Rome indeed, and room enough, when there is in it but only one man. Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say, what I don't know, there's a page flip. Click faster. There was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome as easily as a king.
Cassius is still pissed. He's a very angry person. Yeah. So interesting with so full Muppet production of Julius Caesar. I have 2 puppets. We could do a scene with 2 of them. But yeah. So this one's fun. I like this one. This is a lot better than the other stuff we were reading. And then there's other characters. Let's see. Oh, we've got Caesar. But I want to find other Cassius stuff. Cassius seems fun and pissed off. Welcome, new followers. Hello, Miss the Monkey. Hello, Theridan. Welcome. It's puppet time over here, and we're learning Shakespeare stuff. Let's see. I am just gonna keep plugging away. Some room for improvement in the sink, so I still need to do some researching. But Romans will tell you, bread and circuses, we got to keep the entertainment going. So, oh, here's a fun monologue from Antony, and it starts with, if you have tears, prepare to shed them now. And what makes tears better than a giant yellow puppet, right? So, boom, we're just gonna keep going right in there. Rawr. It's interesting too, like playing with the depth and stuff. I, as an improviser, many years had this problem where I would kind of lean forward in all of my scenes, as if to say like I'm here or I'm listening or something. And it took like a master class, like somebody watching me, be like, why are you doing that all the time? I feel like my puppet is now doing that. So that's the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. No, don't put pages. I want this page. Hazards of fans. It's like 85 or 90 degrees here, which is pretty crazy for Seattle. So I'm gonna get Sprinkles' arm ready because I feel like some gesturing will be important. Wookie hugs. Thank you. Yay! Wookie hugs are best hugs. I mean, except for Pika hugs. They're high on the hug hierarchy. If we had a hug hierarchy, which seems like an important thing to have. By the way, I've never introduced you, but this is Sheepika. He's one of those pillow pets. He gives great hugs. Turns into a sheep. I don't know why. Like, he's supposed to be Pika, of course. He's not supposed to be a sheep. But he looks like sheep, so he's Sheepika. Sheepika's great. He's a cat bus. Yeah. Anyway. Hugarchy. Had I tears left to shed. Caesar with Latin Kaiser. Ooh, that's that. Well, this is an appropriate time, Korpenflagger. This is where we're learning together, and so that's good. Pika, yes, BP Phantom, yes indeed. But that's see, Korpenflagger. I didn't know that, and so I'm gonna bring that up with my husband. Like, can you tell me your opinions on the hard C usage of Caesar? Would you do that on stage? So I'm gonna investigate that. So Antony is about to give a speech. You want to play Antony? Yeah, I figured you might. So let's get started.
And I'm getting my mark. If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time Caesar put it on. 'Twas on a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the nervi. Look, in this place ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a rent the envious Casca made. Through this the well-beloved Brutus stabbed, and as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors to be resolved. If Brutus so unkindly knocked or no, for Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. That's angel wing right there. Caesar's angel. Judge, oh you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stab, ingratitude, more strong than traitors' arms, quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart, and in his mantle, muffling up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran. Blood! Great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen! Then I and you and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Oh, now you weep, and I perceive you feel the dint of pity. These are gracious drops. Kind souls, what weep you when you but behold our Caesar's venture wounded? Look you here. Here is himself marred as you see with traitors. And then there's some random cries from the audience. Oh, piteous spectacle! There's another one. Oh, noble Caesar! And there's another one. Oh, woeful day! So that everybody's rather upset at the end. Oh, but yeah, Sprinkles is just like burning the lens. Yeah, Sprinkles really loved that monologue right there. Anthony talks again. Sprinkles can't be helped. Oh, thank you for the claps. Oh, people, yes. Thank you. Let's keep going. Good. There's a bit more of Antony's. Oh, noble Caesar! Oh God! Why did it take somebody talking about all the blood and holding up the bloody shirt before we started crying? I'm scaring all the birds right now. Great. Here's Antony part 2 after the plebeians are done their chewing of the scenery. Chewing? No, that's not. No. We're not going there. You learned it by watching Cookie Monster, I'm sure. We could turn it into social eating. I could just have her eat a book for an hour, and I could talk to you about stuff, and that would be, I'm going to do that sometime. That's the thing I'm going to do. Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not. That made them do it. They are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reasons answer you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator, as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt puppet that loved my friend, and that they know full well that gave me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. I tell you that which you yourselves do know. Show you sweet Caesar's wounds. Poor dumb mouths. That seems inappropriate. And bid them speak for me. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, their word Antony would ruffle up your spirits, and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny. Okay, a tongue in the wound, I feel like that's inappropriate. We had different ways of healing then. This was a long time ago. It's probably fine. I'm sure it was sanitary at the time. So that's the end of that speech. And spoiler alert, the next line is all will mutiny. So Antony got that shit done. That's what he did.
Oh, something went. Twitch went away. La 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 la. So, I got some feedback from Corp and flagging that sometimes the sound is canned, as in coming from inside a can. I do. It's like tinny. Sometimes we kind of use the same terminology for that, so that's good to know. But at least it ends with Bloody Caesar. Book milkshake. Otherwise, book milkshake. Oh, that's interesting. Well, my husband might be mad about that though, because I think he sometimes uses these. But I could just have milkshake and she can eat a book. It's fine. So let's see. It's 2:50 p.m. So how's everybody doing today? Is this an entertaining thing? So I'm having a quandary. Like, A, do I want to submit anything to the Twitch talent show? Because I think at this point we have almost enough streaming time. I just need to make a 5-minute video. That Pliny had quite a bit. Oh, PWJB says we're talking about people who tried to remedy a headache by tying a fox's penis to their heads. That Pliny. Which play is that from? That sounds like it would be good for Sprinkles to read. She can handle mature content. It's fine. But one thing I was kind of questioning, looking at the rules the other day, said it had to be original material or you had to submit copyright permission. Now, he's dead, which is unfortunate. Again, spoiler alert, Shakespeare's dead. Also, Julius Caesar's dead. I'm just full of spoilers today. So I could just do this. I think this is about what we submit Sprinkles rights to monologues from Julius Caesar. And then they could just tell me, well, we only take original content. I could be like, well, that's sad and you should change your mind. But so that I'll probably have to do an offline stream just to get the sync right. But that sounds like maybe the people are saying fit. So that's, as far as longer term plans beyond this sort of thing, the original plan was to do a morning show. Turns out my team at my new job at Microsoft are fairly early birds. So I might just keep the morning show but do it at night and just drink coffee or whatever. I don't know. But that I still want it to be lighthearted. Puppets I don't think translate to really long streams, like 2 or 3 hours. So it would probably be a half hour to an hour, which is non-standard for Twitch. But and I like this kind of being able to hop in and out, just like hop with planned times. Of course, I am beyond humbled that you guys could show up on a moment's notice and hang out with me. That's super great, and it's super fun to have you here. But I would set a time of some sort to do it, carefully avoiding my friends' feeds if I could. And we could take it from there. Murders them, they are obviously unnatural creatures of the apocalypse. Well, that's the thing. I truly, I also suspect people who are morning people, but they're morning people and then they have breakfast together and they're generally pretty chill, so that's okay. Night streams more. It sounds like most folks who happen to be watching Hyper RPG and channels like this watch Nighttime US, but it's morning somewhere. I could have it. It's true. Not a lot of people have plans for these random times, so I may just pick a couple of random slots and play around with them. I'm also just at an interesting inflection point in life right now because I spent like January through July just in tons of shows all the time, every weekend, performing in something or another on stage. And then we had the Shadowrun show on Wednesdays. There were a lot of like random appearances in Hyper RPG, and I'm kind of like taking a breath now and figuring out what I want to be doing. Do I want to be live on stage every weekend? Is this something I want to be doing more? Do I want to be doing more of the Hyper RPG stuff? It's an interesting question. And then Twitch is all these cool, folks doing crafts. I do hope to share with you sometime my terrible 3D pen technique, and also mosaic. I like doing stained glass, but that is many steps, and I have all the tools here. It's just it's a lot of steps. But I also have a lot of scrap glass, and it's a little less work to do mosaic. I've never done it before, but thought that would be a fun thing to do. I enjoy crafts, and I haven't been able to do them in a long time because theater just kind of expanded to fill the space. So that's another thing I'd like to do at some point, maybe in addition to puppet time. So we got a little bit more time before Lauren's stream starts. So let me find one last monologue to give you guys. Yeah. What's a good... And then there's like 18,000 pages of an explanation at the back. Tears... Oh. We skipped to the beginning and now the end. We need something in the middle. Let's see. I will pick this one. There's a lady. We'll do Portia. I don't know what's gonna happen here. 4-meter high Pokemon mosaic on the wall behind you. Yeah. Corpin, I definitely need to show you my Pikachu stained glass, which is the best thing ever. I'm very proud of it. I did it by hand, and I made a pattern by hand, and it's like yay big, but it's fantastic. Hi, Arden. Welcome. Only 4 meters. Yeah, I know. It's few murals everywhere. Yay. So we're gonna do Portia's monologue here. She's pissed off at Brutus for some reason, so Sprinkles gets to play her gender and be pissed off at a gentleman caller, because there's always a little bit of that in Shakespeare. So I'm gonna point her finger because I suspect that that's the spirit of the monologue quite a bit. Oh, I'm picking a different monologue because the one at the end of the page is better than the one that's first. 1K and 4 meters mosaic. Maybe 1K and like I learned how to do mosaics or 2 foot by 2 foot, but I appreciate the thinking big. All right. So Brutus is we're gonna start with an exchange. Give her a little bit of motivation. I'm gonna play Brutus. I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so I do. Good Portia, go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unbraced and suck up the humors of the dank morning? What? Is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of his wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night? And tempt the rheumy and unpurged air to add unto his sickness? Oh, my Brutus, you have some sick offense within your mind, which by the right and virtue of my place I ought to know of, and upon my knees I charm you. Well, that's inappropriate. Just keep going. Just keep going. It's fine. These were adults. Upon my knees I charm you by my once commended beauty. By all your vows of love and that great vow which did incorporate and make us one, that you unfold to me yourself, your half, why you are heavy, and what men tonight have had resort to you. For here have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces even from darkness. Kneel not, gentle Portia. Portia. What am I, from Texas now? I don't even know. I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. Within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted I should know no secrets that appertain to you? Am I yourself, but as it were, in sort or limitation, to keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure? If it be no more, Portia is Brutus's harlot, not his wife.
Good times at Shakespeare. Bye, Alicus. I don't know if you're still here, but bye. Puppet Sins. Oh, yes. Yes. Puppet Sins. You know, lots of puppet makers. That would be the best thing. Hello, Difflegal 1970. Welcome. I'm Cheryl, aka Muppet Aphrodite, and I'm practicing my puppetry skills with Shakespeare. And today's has been Julius Caesar. And what we're talking about in chat is there's a Shadowrun show we do on Wednesdays on Hyper RPG, a sister channel. and they were suggesting we do a puppet version of it, which just brings back memories of Puppet Angel and other various things. Yeah, I would be on board with that idea. So poor Portia trying to get her husband Brutus to talk stuff, and of course puppets are expensive. So let's be straight up, that's not happening anytime soon. But I love the idea. I love it. I love it deeply, deeply. I think it is great. Welcome. So, and I know a bunch of people are going to start filtering over. We're going to host Lauren in a couple of minutes when she gets up and running. Corson's puppet musical episode. That's too many things. I know. Be fandom exactly that episode of Community or Angel. It even ran to and aren't players in RPG games always puppets? Really? We're just the GM's puppets. It's like it's a meta statement on the nature of playing games. We'll have to keep. I think we have to keep the musical and the puppet thing separate for now. Whoa, why? I like singing. Oh, you do? That's news to me. I can sing. Sunny day. No, that's copyrighted, and I don't know. I don't know very many public domain songs that would be of interest. So we'll do one more. We got a little bit more time. That didn't take as much time as I thought it was going to. Decius, man, how do people keep their names straight? They all sound very similar. Let's see. One last monologue. Eventually, we'll work our way up to not monologues. Okay, great. We're going to go back to Anthony, delivering to, hi, Krellin! Hi! Well, one more monologue for Krellin. I think this accusatory pointing is done now. We're just going to fix your hand a little bit. What traditional song? The answer, Corpin Flyer is no. We don't learn any songs at university, pretty much at all, unless you're a music major. I don't know I did do musical theater in college and did do a lot of Sondheim, but
He's a very smart prince. He's a prince who prepares, knowing this time I'd run from him. He spread pitch on the stairs. I was caught unawares, and I thought, well, he cares. This is more than just malice. Better stop and take stock while you're standing here, stuck on the steps of the palace.
Great. Actually, that's kind of a funny mashup because I think technically Caesar is stuck on the steps of the palace when he dies. So you could do like a little cross Sondheim Caesar thing. That's important. Well, that's a good idea. The Iliad, PWJB. I got like the Odyssey upstairs. That's a thing I should do with Puppet because why not? We are educating people with classics. So let us see. I don't exactly know what is happening here at the end. We'll find out. It's possible Caesar's dead at this point. I'm not super sure. Thank you so much for coming, Lauren. And I will see you on your stream in just a minute. Yay! Lauren's going to go get ready for her stream. And we're going to read an Antony monologue.
Oh, mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils, shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there is no hour so fit as Caesar's death's hour, nor no instruments have half that worth as those your swords, made rich with the most noble blood of this world. I do beseech thee, if ye bear me hard, now, whilst your purple hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure. live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place shall please me so, no mean of death, as here by Caesar, and by you cut off the choice and master spirits of this age.
Fancy. There was a question in chat about, we had not actually played Shadowrun together. The group of players, so me and Janine and Tony and Dan, had all variously played Dungeons and Dragons in different combinations together, and once or twice together. And Lauren and Janine and I had worked together in a show called Wedding Horror Stories, which is an improv show based on people's wedding horror stories. And that's how we kind of, they approached the group of us that was Nerd Prov. We brought, like, hey, Lauren's great, you should talk to her about being GM. And then Lauren lived with Claudia, and so that's how we ended up with our magical group. So yes, that was, you just saw Sprinkles here deliver Antony's speech after what I assumed discovering that Claudius is dead, or that Caesar is dead. Thank you for the follow! Yay! So, Missile Monkey got in trouble because you knew more Greek and Roman mythology than the teacher. That's good. You could start. That's power right there. That's interesting. But that's always disappointing to hear about when teachers get threatened by their students. I read really fast as a child, and that never went over well with my teachers because they thought I was trying to, like, pretend I hadn't read. So I got really good at learning to pretend to read after I was done reading to avoid threatening teachers. I play with puppets, not threatening anybody. Welcome! Yay, followers! Yay! So Lauren is on, so that's good news. So if you've just joined us, oh, Deflagel, thank you. Thank you. So Decker is the classic character I play in Shadowrun, and it's more challenging with time because the character mechanics are so different than everyone else's. It's easy to kind of feel kind of marginalized as a player. Like, you go do the chores and gather all the information, and then other folks do the fun, fancy stuff. It's tough, especially the last couple episodes, and especially right now, where Mainframe's like stuck driving the van, and she wants to be doing more stuff, but she can't because she's driving the van. And so I have my moments this week where I'm like, dang, So, and I'm sure that I probably have, there are strategies I could employ to be a better decker, and that's part of it. I think I'm deciding on what to do with my next upgrade. I was thinking of joining a data haven. But yeah, Mainframe should definitely call Horizon. I agree, because shit's just gotten a little bit frantic lately. So we will see. Any other all decker teams? That seems dangerous too, because everybody would just hack each other's decks all the time, and nobody would actually get anything done. It's like if you have a game development team with only developers and no artists, then it's no good. And if you have only artists and no developers, it's no good. You need a blend of people and talents. But it is easier to take people from other talent groups for granted. Mr. Monkey, it sounds like we should have you as a mythology consultant. I know there was some talk on Weekly Affirmations a week or two ago about mythology, so it's very relevant, especially very powerful and useful for game masters. I don't know if you are a game master, Mr. Monkey, but that's a good skill. Also useful in improv, when you're doing long form improv, knowing those story structures. A show I did back in April, May, and June was based on Joseph Campbell's Hero's Journey, and so a lot of that stuff pulls from mythology and draws parallels with it, and so we spent a lot of time kind of deconstructing that so that we could tell new improvised stories using that structure as a basis. We don't necessarily imply that so much when you're doing short form or things like that. Any other questions before we hop over and host on Lauren's channel? It's good to see you guys. Thank you so much for coming and joining me. I might be hopping on again later tonight after I come back from teaching, because I'm not sure I've hit the 4-hour streaming minimum yet. And I might that one will be super informal if it happens. because I might go off and on a couple of times to try to fix the sinking problem that I'm continuing to have. And yeah, remember there being a lot of Greek and Norse mythology with children's books on kids' TV growing up. Corporate Flugger, it sounds like Corporate Flugger, you just had better, like your education system's just better in general. We did not have Greek and Norse mythology in our children's books. Now, I did have Sesame Street, and I'm grateful for that, but yeah. So, and I'm kind of digging this format, at least for part of it. When we switch to a morning show, it may be a bit more conversational. I may go to my Twitter to get topics of conversation beforehand, but we'd probably keep learning the classics as a recurring segment. We've got all those sonnets. You can pick randomly from sonnets. People can pick books that I'm going to read from. Strangely, my husband doesn't seem to have a complete set of Shakespeare books, but if you have suggestions for other classic works that you would like to see Sprinkles interpret, hit me up on Twitter and let me know, because I'm starting to investigate. Like, I was looking into Dorothy Parker a little, but she's right on the copyright boundaries. So there's only a couple things, but she had like a book of stories. So we might go to prose for a little bit and play with some of that. But I'm glad you guys had fun. I had fun. It was really great to see you. So happy Sunday. Yay! Dramatic meeting of Neuromancer. Is Neuromancer free? Is it like not copyrighted? Missile Monkey, you have the Twitter. Welcome to the Twitter. If Neuromancer is a thing that's like public domain, Krellin, you hit me up with those details, and I will look into it, because Sprinkles is interesting. And the Gallic War by Julius Caesar. Ooh, good. These are good. These are good things. Yes, I will look into these. Is it Gaelic or Gallic War? I guess it's hard to tell me that in chat, because there should really be like a pronunciation guide on Nightbot or something. Nightbot, please explain the pronunciation of this person's name, or public domain. So yes, thank you. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, happy Sunday. Thank you guys. I'm going to go, feel free to go and raid. Yes, there you go, Krellin, you nailed that pronunciation. Feel free to go raid Random Tuesday's channel. You're probably already in it. She's great. Lauren's great. Love Shadowrun. Love for you guys. And Sprinkles wants to say goodbye.
Thank you for humoring me. Yeah, this was good. I feel cleansed. I mean, except for I talked about a bunch of murder. But you know what I mean. Sometimes you just gotta be dramatic.